Hello and welcome. My name is Francis and today we are doing Yoga Boot Camp number 20. So if this is your first time doing one of my yoga boot camps, it's a cross between yoga and HIIT. Now HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. So we're going to be flowing through our yoga practice today and coming into some typical exercises we would see in a HIIT class. So we do have a little bit of cardio movement today and a whole lot of work on our strength using body weight and free weights. So if you haven't already, take a moment to grab your weights. You can use anything between 2 and 5 pounds for this class. I probably wouldn't suggest using anything more. And today's class is a tough one on the shoulders. So I'm actually going to go for 3 pounds today, opposed to sometimes I use 5. All right, so maybe have the same suggestion of grabbing something a little lighter than what you're used to. And if you don't have weights, not to worry. You can go through all the movements today without weights. Or maybe grab 2 water bottles and you can use those in your hands instead. All right, so with this class, there will be lots of options. So as always, you go with the ones that feel right for your body today. This class will be challenging. This is a full body mindful workout. You're going to get through today's class. All right, even if we might have to take a break throughout, skip a few reps, that is okay. If you have water with you, great. You can stop about halfway, grab a sip. If not, just hydrate yourself plenty after class. All right, other than that, things to mention, room around you, so place your mat down so it's not going to slip on the floor. All right, and with your weights, you're going to have them right at the sides of your mat so they're easy to grab. We're actually going to begin the class on our back. So whenever you're ready, you can make your way on down. We have some fun music today, Indian Bollywood music as always, so some old classics, and I hope you enjoy. So when you're ready to begin your practice, let's come all the way down. We're going to sprawl out on our back, nice comfortable position. So weights are nice and close, easy to grab. And as we settle in here, let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Relax. We'll then close our eyes and relax our jaw. And start to bring focus to our breath, breathing softly. And allowing our mind to relax. Any thoughts we're holding on to, let's put them aside. As we take this time to connect to our mind, body, and breath. And once you feel ready, you can open your eyes. We're going to bend our knees and set our feet into our mat. About hip to shoulder width apart. Now let's take our hands, grab a hold of our weights, palms face up to the ceiling, arms alongside the body. And right away we're going to start working the body and using our abdominal strength. We're going to use that strength a lot today to help support and stabilize our body. So here, let's draw the abdominals in, pull the belly in towards the spine. What we're going to begin here with is a sit-up with bicep curls. So we can come halfway up. So here on the exhale, we come up. And then the inhale, we lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So with the half abdominal crunch, you're lifting your upper back and head up off your mat. And we've got that full range with the bicep curls here. So arms, we come straight and lower each and every time. Now, depending on how your body's feeling today, if we have that greater abdominal strength and would like it, check it out, full sit-up. That's okay if we're not here right now. We're just starting. And also, if you're new to Yoga Boot Camp, we go through the class twice. So we go one way, getting familiar, used to the moves, learning our options, and then we reverse back halfway and go through it all again. The second time always feels better because we're familiar with the moves, we know our options, and we're warmed up and ready to go. But we're definitely warming up here already. keep moving with your breath. So exhale up, and then inhale lower. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And when we lower down, we're going to continue to warm up the upper body and abdominals. So here, we're going to set the arms for a chest fly. So we're going to extend the arms up above our chest. Arms are straight, weights are together. Now here with the legs, we're going to extend them up to the ceiling. Legs straight, feet flex, pulling those abs in nice and tight. So by holding the legs up here, you're now engaging and working those lower abdominals, the transverse abdominals. With the sit-up, we were working more of the rectus abdominals through the center. Now once we're set into the chest flies, we're going to inhale, open those arms wide, and exhale, bring them in. So with your breath, inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. Now if you feel we want to create a little bit more work for the lower abdominals, option to add alternating leg lower here. So notice how the leg stays straight and strong. It lowers towards the floor. Now we don't want to arch the back, so keep your spine and pelvis straight and stable. So one more on the right, one more on the left. When we come back to center, weights to chest, bend your knees, and let's use that abdominal strength to roll ourselves up. All right, so with your weights, you're going to put them just to the side, and we're going to continue to focus on the abdominals and come into windshield wipers. I'm going to turn and face towards you so you're able to see me a bit better. So weights out of the clear. In fact, just bring them right to the front of your mat. Now windshield wipers, this is going to get into the side abdominals, your obliques. In fact, it's going to work all 3 areas. So here, let's bend our knees. We can have our feet and knees together. Your hands are going to come behind you into your mat and offer just gentle support. For the majority of it, your abdominals are going to do the work. So if you can, fingers face forward. If not, fingers can face out to the sides. See what works best for your wrist today. Now you're going to bend your elbows back to bring you on an incline. Make sure you're not squeezing your shoulders to your ears. Shoulders are completely relaxed. As mentioned, the hands aren't doing much work for support here. We're going to lift the feet up now and see how we feel with this. Now your choice just to stay with this today, thighs pressing together with windshield wipers. Check it out. We're going to the right, onto the side of the hip, and then we're going to go over to the left, onto the side of the hip. It's not fast. In fact, we're slowing things down, working on that strength and controlling our body. So see how this feels? Your choice here if you like to add on. Next time we go to the right side, hold it there. Extend the legs straight. Let's bend the knees and take the knees now over to the left side. Hold it there. Extend the legs straight. And again, take it over to the other side. So thighs still together, abs in nice and tight. Feel that warmth building in your midsection. We have a lot of standing balance work today. That's going to help strengthen our core muscles. And that means those abdominals. So we want to get them nice and warm and ready here. All right, so we're going to go one more time over to the right. And then one more time, over to the left. When we make our way back to center, we can lower the feet down. All right, we're now going to bring ourselves up to the hands and knees and set up for a plank. So again, your weights are right at the front of your mat. We'll need them in a bit. As we set up for plank, hands to the front of our mat, shoulder distance, we spread our fingers, middle fingers pointing forward. Abs staying tight, chest forward, let's curl the toes and lift our knees. From our plank, we're going to push the buttocks back to downward dog. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, so now we're moving into our sun salutations. We have some cardio movement now. So your feet are going to come as wide as your mat. Check it out. We're going to a reach up, bend the knees, touch down, and then fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now give it a try. Reach up, calf raise, bend the knees, reach down, no forward bend, then fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, reach up, reach down, fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up, reach down, fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, reach up, reach down, fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this time we're going to reach down so we can set our hands for plank. Either step or hop back to plank, and let's draw the abdominals in. Now as we hold in our plank today, building up that core strength, your choice to stay on the toes, flat body, straight body, no bums up in the air. That's not going to work the abs. Feel the difference. If we need to make it easier, if we feel the need to have a butt, then lower down to the knees. Now your choice in your plank today, add alternating forward punches. This is going to be throwing off your balance, causing you to work your abdominals twice as hard. Yes, so you decide your option and continue for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now knees or toes, exhale, chaturanga. Let's take it all the way down on curl toes. Inhale the cobra, keep your elbows in, squeeze the glutes, baby back bend. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and push back to downward dog. We'll then inhale, bend our knees, and take right foot through into lunge. Now as we set our lunge, make sure to stay on the left ball of your foot. Grab your weights and come all the way up. Now here you're going to sink down into your lunge, legs 90 degrees, and set the arms for a shoulder press. So elbows out, knuckles face up. So here we go into a lunge, into a shoulder press with forward kick. So we lunge, shoulder press with the kick. So we lift the knee and then we snap the kick. So this is some balance work here. So ground through that right foot, all 4 corners. If this is too much today, then check it out. You're going to just stick with the lunge and shoulder press. So you decide your option. 2 more. Then when we find our way here into our lunge, we're going to lean forward and lower weights. Let's set our hands for plank. Take right leg back to plank. So now you know your options. Toes or knees, you decide. And if we still need more here, then we're adding in the alternating forward punches. So make a fist, punch forward. Yes, we got some punches, some kicks today. Switching up the movements as always. All boot camps are different. They're not all the same. Let's continue for 4, 3, 2, 1. So knees or toes, exhale, chaturanga. Once again, let's take it all the way down on curl toes. Inhale to cobra, unless your spine feels ready for more, and come to upward dog instead. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and push back to downward dog. We'll then inhale, bend our knees, and take left foot through into lunge. Set our lunge, make sure to stay on the right ball of your foot, grab your weights, and come all the way up. So we start as we sink down into that lunge, set the arms for shoulder press. So from here, shoulder press, that right leg now kicks. So lift the knee and then kick. Abs in nice and tight to give you that support, that stability, and that good posture. So we don't look down, we look forward. Remember your option to stay here with shoulder press, single lunge. Just as effective, just a little easier on the balance. Now let's do 2 more. And when we find ourselves into that lunge, we're going to lean forward, lower weights. Set our hands for plank. Take left leg back to plank. Your option for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees or toes, exhale, chaturanga. We are coming to upward dog option. Halfway down, stay hovered on curl toes. And inhale, upward dog, chest open. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and push back to downward dog. So we can start to acknowledge how our body's feeling today. Making sure to listen to our body. If we ever need to rest, we can sit back into child's pose. At the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, mountain pose. One more time, that cardio movement. So feet as wide as your mat, make sure they're wide. So here we're reaching up, calf raise, reach down, fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up, reach down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, lots of knee bend on that reach down. Make sure you're not down, bending your back and looking down. Chest stays forward. One more. Reach up, reach down. Fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now as we reach down, we set those hands for plank. Either step or hop back to plank. Choose your option. If we're starting out, maybe we want to go for the knees today. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, bend our knees, take right foot through into lunge. Center lunge. Grab our weights and come all the way up. Sink down into the lunge. Set the arms for the shoulder press. And once we're set, we can begin. Keep looking forward. We are working our glutes and quads in this lunge. We're working the tops of our shoulders. We're actually going to be working all areas of the shoulders today. And that will be coming when we're into our standing poses. Let's do one more. Then here in our lunge, lean forward, lower weights. Set our hands for plank. Take right leg back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, bend our knees, take left foot through into lunge. Center lunge, grab our weights, and come all the way up. Let's sink down into that lunge. Set the arms for the shoulder press. Now let's begin. Shoulder press, and that snap kick. Now lift the knee and then snap that kick forward. Checking out that range we have in our lunges today to get down low. Working the biggest muscles of our body. Now let's do one more. Then here in our lunge, we'll lean forward, lower weights. Set our hands for plank. Take left leg back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So now we feel that heat in our body. That heart rate is picking up as well. At the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, moving now into our standing poses. Get ready to work your balance like you've never worked it before, and those shoulders. There is the option to use no weights for this, all right? But if you're not, you do, and you got that shoulder strength, grab a hold of your weights here. We're gonna be coming into airplane, followed by floating half moon, then back to airplane. We're gonna be balancing on one foot a little bit longer than we want to. So ground your right foot here. Find a good spot for that right foot. And then we're gonna open the arms out, straight line, shoulder height. Draw your abdominals in, extend the left leg behind, legs straight, toes pointing, hips square, facing forward. Feel free to stay here. Greater challenge for our core. We bring our body parallel to the floor. See where you're able to take your balance today. As I always say, when it comes to balance, it's about being present and not perfect. Now we're going to keep that right foot where it is and revolve open to the left side. So we open our hips and chest. Try to keep those arms in a straight line. Now we're going to make our way back to our airplane, squaring off the hips. And once again, let's hold here. Now let's hinge back up, lower foot, and then arms. Wonderful. Told you that'd be tough, but we did it. And now we're gonna do it on the other side. All right, so now that left foot's gonna stay grounded on a good spot. And the arms, hoping back out, straight line, shoulder height. If we don't have weights, reach out through your fingers. That right leg extends behind, legs straight, toes pointed, hips square. See how our balance is for this side. We need more tip forward, come parallel to the floor. And if we're feeling those arms coming down, work your shoulders, the back of the shoulders, your upper back, and lift those arms up higher. Should feel those muscles working here. We're also building up that ankle strength. Now taking us into our floating half moon, keep that left foot where it is and revolve open to the right side. Open your hips and chest. So the left leg is reaching towards the floor, reaching up to the ceiling. Now we're going to make our way back to airplane, so squaring off the hips. Once again, holding here. Now let's hinge back up, lower foot, and then arms. All right, keep those weights in your hands. We're gonna come into warrior two. So we're gonna step back, pivot around, and you can face towards me. Let's take those feet extra wide apart. You're gonna turn your right toes facing to the right side, and those left toes face straight ahead. Now make sure those feet are really wide apart here. Align shoulders in line with hips, lengthen spine, abdominals in, arms right at your sides, chest lifted. Now connect here with your breath. On the inhale, we're gonna sink warrior two, then we're gonna exhale, come back up, nice and smooth. Inhale, and then exhale. This is not about speed, this is strength and control. So let the heart rate come down a notch. Breathe a little deeper. Feel that we're going into glutes, quads, inner thighs, and into the sides of your shoulders. Arms lift no higher than shoulder height. So if you're starting to feel it in your neck, you might be starting to shrug the shoulders up or lifting too high. Make sure your knee is not going past the toes. If we need to sink deep into that lunge, we need to make sure those feet are wide enough to do that. Now next time we're gonna hold in that warrior two. Now from here, we're gonna take it into tricep kickbacks. So bring that right forearm onto right thigh, turn your chest to the floor, and lift that left elbow up. Now tricep kickback here, we extend and bend, extend and bend. So we are working a whole lot of different muscles today in our body. This is a full body mindful workout. And I know you're feeling that. Paying attention to every movement, every sensation you're feeling in your body. Let's keep it as kickbacks for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, come back up from that lunge. Other side. Pivot your right foot in, turn your left toes facing to the left side. Let's realign shoulders in line with hips, lengthen spine, belly in, chest open, arms at the sides. So when we inhale, we'll sink into that warrior two, and then exhale, bring it back up. And inhale, and then exhale. So are we feeling the shoulders? Yes, we are. A lot of things we do actually use shoulder strength. So it's good to get those shoulders strong. So solid through both feet, supporting the body here. Now next time we're going to hold in that warrior two. So we set up for our tricep kickback. Let's bring that left forearm onto thigh, turn our chest down, lift that right elbow up. Now let's kick back, extend and bend. extend, and bend. You know it, get that full extension. Make sure your upper arm is not swinging around. It's staying parallel to the floor. Keep breathing here. Let's continue. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's come back up from that lunge. Pivot our foot in, and let's step our feet in together here, nice and easy, and bring ourselves back to the front of our mat. Now bend your knees, lower your weights at the front of your mat. Now let's come to our mountain pose. Feet together, lengthen our body, lift our heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, spine, side, forward. Let's set our hands for plank. Either step or hop back to plank. Draw the abdominals in and lower to the knees. All right, in 30 seconds, we have a break. Yes, an actual break. But before that break, we're gonna strengthen our body and come into our plank, our Superman to chest push-up. Chest push-up to Superman. So your hands need to come wide. This is our widest push-up. So hands should be completely off your mat, so thumbs should not be on your mat. Take them off. Fingers facing forward. Chest comes forward, belly in tight. Now we're going to start on the knees, all right? So start here, abs in, nice long spine throughout. We're going to take this push-up all the way down to our mat. Uncurl the toes, stretch your arms forward. Now as you inhale, squeeze the glutes, squeeze, lift up to Superman, nice and long, and now lower it down. Now bring your hands back to where they were for that chest push-up, elbows out. Press your hands and knees, abs in, as you come up nice and evenly. Now let's take it back down once again. Stretch the arms forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Set the hands for the push-up. Make sure we're controlling ourselves. Make sure that your spine does not collapse. Want to lower and lift nice and evenly. Now greater strength option here. Same thing on the toes. Straight body, lowering down. Make sure you're not collapsing. If that's happening, you might hurt yourself. You'll eventually get there. But we got to take the option that's actually working for us today. It's allowing us to engage the muscles properly and to get that form. Good form is what's going to get you stronger and get those muscles working correctly. Last one here. I lied, one more. So after that Superman, that is when we get to lower it down and relax. We're going to come to child's pose. So hands on the shoulders, press your hands and knees as we push the buttocks back. Feet together, sit back to your heels and rest your forehead down to your mat. Let's close our eyes, relax and restore. Taking this time to acknowledge how our body feels right now. Noticing the areas that we challenged ourselves. Or maybe noticing a few that we didn't find our edge. But as we work our way back to the beginning of class, you'll have that opportunity to find your edge one last time. So when ready, you can open your eyes, lift your forehead. Let's walk the hands in. If you do have water close by, if you like, you can grab a sip. If not, you can hydrate yourself after class. So now we work our way back to the beginning. Great news, you still have a relaxation to look forward to at the end. Yes, a solid 5 minutes of complete relaxation for your mind and body. But we work towards that right now. So let's come up and set up for the chest push-up to Superman, Superman to chest push-up. So hands come wide, belly in, chest forward. So again, your option, knees or toes. Second time through, we know what options are best for our body. So let's take it down. Extend nice and long. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Set the hands, knees or toes, tummy tight, pressing up and pressing down. So we don't want our pelvis to be the first thing that lowers. It's our body, everything nice and evenly. Might feel that our pelvis will be coming down first if we're letting the abdominals go. So squeeze them in as you're pressing up and as you're pressing down. That will feel a whole lot better for your lower back as well. So here, just working with our body weight, no weights needed. So we have one more. And this time when we find our way into that push-up, if the knees are up, lower the knees down. We're gonna walk the hands back in shoulder width for plank. Curl the toes, lift the knees, and let's push the buttocks back to downward dog. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, mountain pose. Moving back into our standing poses. All right, let's bend our knees, grab a hold of those weights. An option, if needed, to use no weights. We've got that airplane, floating half moon, then back to airplane. So abdominals in, that right foot firmly grounded, arms open at straight line, shoulder height. Extend the left leg behind, legs straight, toes pointed, hips square. More is needed, let's tip forward, come parallel to the floor. So we might find second time through our balance is a little bit better because you're spending less time looking at me seeing what's coming up. You know what's coming up. Now taking this into our floating half moon, let's open up towards the left side. Reaching a little further down if we need more. Staying focused, that helps us with our balance. If our mind starts to drift off, we will lose our balance. Now making our way back to our airplane, squaring off the hips. Hold here. Now let's hinge back up, lower foot, and then arms. Wonderful. Other side. So left foot grounded. Extend the arms back out, straight line, shoulder height. Let's extend the right leg behind, legs straight, toes pointed, hips square. More is needed, tip forward, come parallel to the floor. Again, if you feel those arms dropping down, loose the weights. We need to keep the arms up to target the upper back and the back of our shoulders. Those arms will not work if they're just resting down here. I know it's tough. That's why I suggested a lighter weight. Now let's open up to that floating half moon. And maybe reaching a little further. Now making our way back to our airplane, squaring off the hips, holding here. Now let's hinge back up, lower foot, and then arms. All right, let's keep those weights. Let's step back, pivot around and face towards me. Warrior two. So let's take those feet extra wide. Right toes face to the right side. Make sure they're turned out properly. Left toes straight ahead. All right, shoulders in line with hips. Lengthen spine, belly in, arms to the sides. So here with that breath. Inhale, and then exhale. Again, this is not quick. If we are looking for speed, that's coming up next. So enjoy this slower movement. Breathe it in. And increase that range if you like now. Now that the muscles are warmed up, those joints warmed up as well, you can get into a safer range of movement. And make sure it feels good and not painful. Never should feel pain. Just that sensation of the muscles working, getting stronger. Now next time we're going to hold in that warrior two, the tricep kickbacks. Right forearm to right thigh, chest down. Lift that left elbow up. And when you're ready, let's kick back. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. And no swinging the arm. still in that lunge, right? Yes, working the lower body as well. Keep that left leg straight and the right knee is bent. Keep with the kickbacks for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's come back up from that lunge. Pivot your right foot in. Turn the left toes facing to the left side. And ground through the feet. Shoulders in line with hips. Lengthen spine, chest open. On your inhale, sink warrior 2. And then exhale back up. Inhale. And then exhale. Can we sing just as low on this side? Yeah, if that knee is going past the toes, take the feet wider. Especially if you're sinking deeper now. And that knee is lined up nicely in line with the ankle. Now next time, let's hold in that warrior 2. Set up for the tricep kickbacks. Left forearm onto left thigh, chest down, lift that right elbow up. And let's kick back, kick back. Extend, bend, extend, bend. And once again, that lunge, stay. Keep that left knee bent, right leg straight. Let those glutes and quads support you. Let's keep going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Let's come back up from that lunge. Pivot that left foot in, and let's bring our feet in together. All right, we're now moving back into our sun salutations. So bring yourself to the front of your mat, bend your knees, and lower your weights to the front of your mat. Remember that cardio movement? Feet come as wide as our mat. And then from here, we have that reach up, reach down, then fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now join, reach up, calf raise, bend the knees, reach down, then fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up, reach down, fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up, reach down, fast feet 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Reach up, reach down, fast feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as we reach down, let's set those hands for plank. Either step or hop back to plank, abdominals in. Remember options here, you can stay on the toes, straight body. For less, lower to the knees. We like to add in more, alternating forward punch. So we want to make a strong fist here and punch it forward. Keep that lower body nice and stable. Knees and feet hip width apart. You won't want to have them here in together. So keep with your option for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, bend our knees, take right foot through into lunge. Center lunge, grab our weights and come all the way up. So we're gonna sink down into that lunge, see if we can increase the range and get lower this time. Set the arms for the shoulder press. So here, single lunge, snap kick with the shoulder press. Remember that option to just stay with a single lunge and to leave out that kick. Press your weight straight up towards the ceiling. Let's do 2 more. Then here in our lunge, lean forward, lower weights. Set our hands for plank. Take our right leg back to plank. Your option for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, bend our knees, take left foot through into lunge. Set our lunge, grab our weights and come all the way up. Sink down into the lunge. Set the arms for the shoulder press. And once you're ready, let's begin. Pressing up, kicking forward, getting a little deeper into those lunges. Second time through. Good posture. Keep that spine straight, chest up at all times. No leaning forward. Now let's do 2 more. And when we find our way into that lunge, let's lean forward, lower weights, set our hands for plank, take left leg back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So once again, we're building that heat in our body. We're picking up our heart rate again as well. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, either step or hop the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, mountain pose. One more time, take those feet higher. Now reach up, reach down past feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, bend those knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll feel that booty shaking a little bit here, yes? You're doing it right then. Reach up, reach down. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Reach up, reach down. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bend the knees. Reach down and set your hands for plank. Either step or hop back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend our knees, take right foot through into lunge. Set our lunge, grab our waist, come all the way up, sink down into that lunge. Set the arms, and let's begin. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lean forward, lower weights, set our hands for plank. Take right leg back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend our knees, take left foot through into lunge. Set our lunge, grab our weights, and come all the way up. Let's sink down into that lunge. Set the arms, and once we're set, let's do it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lean forward, lower weights, set our hands for plank. Take left leg back to plank. Last time here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now let's lower our knees down to our mat. Home stretch. Let's get off our hands and knees and bring our sweaty selves to sitting. So heart rate's gonna work its way down, but we're gonna continue to build that strength. With those abdominals, windshield wipers, let's bend our knees. Feet and knees together, hands behind. Get those hands offer gentle support. We're not leaning all our weight onto them. So bend your elbows back. Looks like you're doing a tricep dip. Shoulders pull down, elbows in, lift your feet. It's okay if you want to stay right here today. We're adding on, knees to the right side, and the knees to the left side. Smooth, slow it down. Build that core strength and control. Remember that option if we need more. Next time, hold it to the right side. Extend the legs straight. Bend your knees. Now take it over to the left side. Hold it here. Extend the legs straight. Bend the knees. And again, over to the right side. Keep squeezing that belly in. Now we're going to do one more over to the right. And then one more over to the left. And once we come back to center, you can lower your feet down. Push through the hands as we come up. Everything else is down on our back. So let's turn and face the side of our mat. And let's grab a hold of our weights. Just like how we started the class. All right, so we had our knees bent, feet into our mat, about hip to shoulder width apart. Palms are facing up for bicep curls, so we can even start right up here, the first one. All right, so we're curled up. Now let's take it all the way down to our back. Again, your choice, half abdominal crunch with the full bicep curl, it's here. Or we're coming all the way up to the full sit-up. See what our body's able to do today, and whatever it's able to do, it's amazing because you're moving. You're able to move your body. Exhale up, inhale lower. Now try not to swing the body. Try to control as you lift and as you lower. Try not to use momentum. Often we use momentum when we're lacking strength. So squeeze those abs in a little tighter to make sure they're doing all the work. Now we're going to do two more. Last one. And as we lower, we're going to be setting up for the chest flies. So, just like before, we're going to extend the arms up above chest line, weights together. And with the legs, let's extend them up so we can work those lower abdominals and flex the feet. So push your feet up to the ceiling. Engage those legs so they're nice and strong. Now here with our breath, those chest flies, inhale, open, and then exhale, bring it together. Inhale, open, exhale together. So we don't want to feel the arms come all the way down to the floor. Keep them a couple inches off the floor here. Focus on squeezing the chest. Shoulder blades squeeze in as we open. Shoulder blades close as we come in together. So squeeze as we open, close as we bring it in. Now if you want more work for those lower abdominals, remember the alternating leg lower. But keep the legs straight and strong. Try not to bend those knees if we don't need to. And just like the arms, the leg does not come all the way down and rest. Keep it off the floor. And don't swing the leg back up, control. And this is it for our work. We have a few more. One more on the right, and then one more on the left. Then from here, weights can lower to chest. Amazing. Bend your knees, lower your feet down to your mat, and put your weights gently at the sides. Now from here, we're going to slide the legs forward, point toes, and reach your arms above your head. Take a nice long stretch for your body. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Letting go. Now we can float the arms down to our sides. We'll slide the legs a bit further apart. Draw shoulders down from our ears. Palms of our hands gaze up to the ceiling. Once we settle in, let's take one more deep inhale. And then exhale. Relax. As we move now into our well-deserved relaxation and meditation. So when ready, you can close your eyes. Soften your eyelids. And relax your jaw. Lips gently seal. Tongue resting gently on the palate of your mouth. Softening all the muscles of your face. And start to scan your body from the tips of your toes all the way out through the crown of your head. Noticing areas you're holding on to and now letting go. And allow your mind to relax. Any thoughts you're still holding on to, put them aside. And focus on your breath. Allow your mind and body to experience complete relaxation. And for any healing that needs to take place, to happen now. Begin to bring your awareness back into the room. Deepen your breath. Slowly waking your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Your time, you can slowly draw your knees in towards your chest. Hug your knees into your heart and give yourself a great big hug for taking the time to honor your mind, body, and spirit. And keeping your eyes closed, you can roll over to your favorite side into a fetal position. And again, in your time, you can slowly make your way up to sitting. Or we can cross our legs. Bring hands on knees, palms gaze up. Lengthen our spine and allow our heart to lift. And acknowledge the change in our mind and body. Filled now with positive energy to take with us and to share that positive energy with others. Now let's end with a deep inhale. Sweep our arms above our head. Bring palms together and draw them down to our heart center. The divine in me honors the divine in you. May there be peace in your hearts and the world around you. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed your yoga boot camp class. This is number 20. Definitely challenging on the shoulders, challenging for belly. So I'm sure we're going to be feeling all those core muscles tomorrow, like the shoulders or abdominals, back and glutes. Feel free to take some time now for yourself, possibly to stretch. That definitely will help your recovery tomorrow and also to help prevent injury. So you can always refer to one of my other videos where there's lots of stretching. Even if it's just one of the 15-minute videos, taking that time for yourself to stretch is very important. Other than that, thank you so much for your hard work today, for your strength, for your bravery to get through this class. It's not an easy one. But I hope to see you back here soon. Once again, thank you so much for joining me here today. Take care for now.